When Captain Shilvek of the Alderaan Armada first faced humans in combat, he expected the usual display of primitive aggression. He'd studied all the reports. Terrans were inventive but sloppy, cunning but short-sighted. Their so-called Deathworlder status made them tougher than most prey, but not tougher than the Alderaan fleet, masters of plasma lances, graviton cannons, and nanite swarms. So when the humans arrived to defend Outpost Kappa 7, Shilvek watched from the bridge of the Voracious Dawn, claws drumming across the armrest. His lieutenants showed him real-time feeds, Terran ships swarming out of hyperspace in loose formations, hulls mismatched, painted with defiant slogans and toothy nose art. Amateur hour. Then he saw what they carried. At first, the Alderaan gunners laughed. The human vessels, mainly retrofitted freighters and ancient cruisers, were hauling enormous metal cylinders behind them on long tethers. Hundreds of them, each big enough to rival a small moon shuttle, drifting clumsily in the black. "Captain, they are scrap?" one junior officer asked. Shilvek narrowed his slitted eyes. "They must be decoys. No species would drag giant ballast into battle." The order went out, "Open fire." Green plasma arcs split the void, scything through human hulls. A destroyer vanished in a fireball. Another drifted off course, its engines slagged. But the rest pressed on, dragging those massive cylinders right up to the front lines. Then, as Shilvek watched, the humans cut the tethers. The metal giants drifted freely into the path of the Alderaan fleet. One Alderaan gunner chuckled. "Perhaps they hope we'll trip over them, Captain." "Hold position," Shilvek said coolly. "Once they're close enough, vaporize them. This insult will be brief." Except it wasn't. As the cylinders drifted closer, human ships peppered them with short-range coil guns, spinning them lazily. A few human fighters made kamikaze runs, nudging the metal giants with their own battered hulls. Then the Alderaans saw the humans leave. Not all of them, just the warships, pulling back behind the cover of their mobile scrap field. That's when the first cylinder struck one of the Alderaan destroyers. There was no detonation, no hidden warhead, no fancy antimatter charge. Just 20 million tons of raw iron ore moving with nothing but borrowed momentum. It caved in the destroyer's bow like an egg smashed under a hammer. A heartbeat later, 2 more cylinders crunched through the fleet's tight formation, shearing sensor arrays, pulverizing hull plating, sending entire decks spinning into space. Panic spread across the Voracious Dawn's bridge. "Captain, they're throwing asteroids at us." Shilvek snarled. "Those are mining loads. Rocks. They have no propulsion. They're just drifting debris." But the humans didn't care that it was debris. They nudged the cylinders when they needed to. They used tractor beams to shift their trajectories. They stayed just behind the drifting wall of scrap, untouchable, while the Alderaan gunners wasted shots trying to vaporize gigantic lumps of iron that were already doing catastrophic damage. "Redirect the plasma lances," Shilvek roared. "Focus fire. Destroy the rocks before they hit us." But the cylinders were too dense. Too many. For every one the Alderaans vaporized, 2 more slammed into their ships. And all the while, human fighters darted through the wreckage like wolves among panicked herd beasts, picking off damaged vessels, blasting engines, jamming comms. In the chaos, Shilvek caught a final transmission from a human pilot. The grinning face of a Terran, cheeks smeared with oil, helmet battered, eyes dancing with mischief, flashed onto his view screen. "Hey, Scaleface," the pilot whooped. "Hope you like playing dodgeball with space boulders. Next time, try not to pick a fight with a species that spent a century throwing rocks at each other for fun." The line cut. Shilvek slammed his fist into the console. Sparks flew. He understood then. Humans didn't need exotic weapons when they could weaponize physics itself. They didn't bother with precision when brute, improvised chaos worked better. And they didn't mind looking stupid so long as it worked. Behind the drifting scrap wall, the human fleet pulled tighter, regrouped, then pushed forward with rail guns blazing. The Alderaan line broke. Shilvek gave the final order to retreat, shame searing through his mind like acid. In his final log, the captain wrote, "Their technology is primitive. Their tactics laughable. Their weapons the stupidest I have ever seen. And yet they won. May the stars have mercy on any who forget that these Deathworlders always find a way to make stupid work."